When the text says Jerusalem, Samaria, the uttermost parts of the earth, in my life I've always thought that it was talking about two ways of extending what's happening in Jerusalem. One is to go to some place geographically near but culturally far away. So Samaria was not that far away geographically, but it was far away culturally. In fact, it was a huge cultural barrier. Uttermost parts of the earth are geographically far away, far-flung, everywhere. But I tell you, one thing I do see is it doesn't just say Jerusalem and, if you've got money in the budget, Samaria and the uttermost parts of the earth.
Our dream is to saturate Boston with the gospel and to influence the collegiate community and raise up leaders that would then go forth to the world and bring the kingdom.
My dream is not to just have one church plant. Again, it's really to create a church that's planting other churches, and that is reaching people where they are.
Really, we're not concerned about size and numbers as we are about people going and changing, leaving where we're at actually, and changing the world.
Well, our dream is that not only do we plant a church that changes the spiritual landscape of Kansas City, but we also bring along young church planters and develop them so that within 12 to 24 months we can be a reproducing church and start either another church plant or another campus.
The dream would be that everybody that comes to their front door, potentially sometime in their life, will plant a house church or go out and plant a small gathering of believers.
I believe my wife and I have been called into the church planting field, and we want to just go to a place and we just want to express Christ's love for the people and just show them that, you know, this isn't something that we do on Sunday mornings. Like, we are the church.
Church planting cannot be a hiccup that happens occasionally, or that church planting is is episodic or something like that. I think that church planting should be as much a part of the ministry of every single church as music, education, worship, discipleship. You should always have a church planting department, ministry. You should always be thinking about it. You should always be talking about it. It should always be in the oven, always. So church planting should be as normal as every other kind of ministry.
My life can only make so much impact, but if I'm reproducing myself into others, then the impact can carry on for generations.
Multiplying those leaders, leader after leader, that's going to go out and plant new churches. And you know, I anticipate being one of those leaders myself that's not just sitting in one church the whole time, but going out and planting.
In a way, we sort of feel lost because we know God's taking them to go do other great stuff. But once they go, they're gone. And so we've been just raising up the next person that's going to come, and God's going to lead and then take and go use.
And so if we can pour into the next generation of church planting leaders, then we feel like not only what we do now is changing people's lives currently, but will change people's lives when we're too old to do it.
With people, just by going out and being a part of a craft and loving on the community where they work and where they live, that we can expand this kingdom more so than we've ever dreamed possible.
Basically, identifying leaders is just explaining to people, hey, God has called you to a higher calling, and what is that? Because we want to help you find that with you, then we want to send you out.
You know, if you plant a church and it does well, you are going to see a lot more changed lives than anywhere else you go. The percentage of people who are unchurched that become Christians through new churches is far greater than in existing churches, no matter how much you do evangelism programs. If you just simply want to see changed lives, you couldn't do a better job than planting a church. Nothing is going to evangelize people at a greater clip and change people's lives faster than church planting. If you can plant a church, and not everybody can, but if you can plant a church, you should.